Hey everyone, welcome to Mary Goes Global. In this video, I'll be talking about ways you can improve your Spanish. And really, this video should give you some tips and tricks on ways you can augment, improve, really get better at Spanish, and achieve the level of fluency that you desire. So, here we go. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is music. I think music is something that we all love. We all are, jamming out to our songs or whatever. And I think that incorporating Spanish music can really help you so much because we listen to music almost every single day or every single day if you're like me. And if you start listening to a few Spanish songs, start looking at the lyrics, figuring out what those songs mean, that can help you so much. I know for me, I love CDs. I really still love getting albums. This is one from CNCO. They're a newer group. These are two from J Balvin. This is Energia and La Familia. These albums, I used to bump them in my car all the time in high school. If you knew me, I was probably bumping one of those or one by Maluma or De La Ghetto in college, like literally. That's the stuff that I listen to, and it helps because you're hearing that all the time. You may look up a word on your own time, and then later you hear it in that song, and you're constantly hearing it. You're gonna absorb it. You're gonna hear it every day, or however many times you drive your car, and it helps. It helps. So I definitely recommend. You don't just have to listen to reggaeton like me. You can listen to norteños. I like that music. I listen pretty much, almost everything. But bachata, dembow, whatever you like. And if you like just, if you like rock, they have that in Spanish. If you like hip hop or rap, they have that in Spanish. So don't worry, I'm sure you can find a genre that you like. Okay, so the next thing I want to get into is reading. So I had brought two books to show you guys. This first book is Brida, which is actually by a Brazilian author, but it's translated into Spanish. And then this is by Carlos Ruiz Zafron. He is a very famous author. This is actually a book that is in English as well. And one thing I want to say about books especially is if you're finding a book, please make sure that you're not only finding books that are translated into Spanish. So don't just read books like Harry Potter or The Hunger Games that are translated into Spanish. Read books that are by Spanish authors because you're going to be able to really hear the language in its native and purest form. And so yes, so please don't just stick to the translated versions. And if you don't like books, there's articles, there's blogs, there's short stories, like there's things online, there's fan fiction. If you're into that, there are things that you can read in Spanish.
Because reading is what?
Fundamental. So the next thing I want to talk about is get in touch with Spanish speakers. So please make sure that you are finding a way to implement some talking, some interaction, some face-to-face with native speakers. And I know with COVID, that's a lot hard. That's really hard right now. Like COVID-19, that may not be possible, but let's say, once COVID settles down, please start going to places where people speak Spanish, whether that means like taking a trip, whether that means going down the street to your local paleteria, a panaderia, or taqueria and talking to them in Spanish instead of ordering in English. That can help. Just little changes like that can make a big difference.
Can I get you anything to drink?
Yeah, I think it'd be a Coke all around, right? How you say it in your language? Coca? So let me get 3 Cokes and 1 Coca.
I regret so much not using my Spanish to talk to people around me. I lived where there were a lot of Spanish speakers, but I did not talk as much as I should. But, I still was able to learn. I still was able to become fluent, but I did, it was a harder route. I could have really learned a lot easier had I done that initially. So I'm telling you, do that initially. Don't be scared. If you mess up a few times, you may just get a few laughs, but especially if you're going into like stores that you don't normally go into, they're strangers, who cares, They're just a part of your Spanish learning journey. And later when you're fluent, you're going to be like, what's up? Another thing is, during times like this in COVID where you're like, Mary, how am I going to go somewhere? Everything's closed. Well, there is a solution. You can go on language apps like Hello Talk or Conversation Exchange and find yourself a language buddy where you can get in touch with a native speaker or a tutor, someone you can meet with and talk to. So, do voice calls, do audio message, something so you're hearing a native speaker. If you can do video calls, that's better so you're seeing them speak. And yeah. The next thing I'm going to say is video. So watch something. It does not just have to be, a movie or a TV show, because that's not as realistic. Try to get in some real people speaking live. So watch news, watch interviews maybe. It's like if you like artists, watch interviews like Bad Bunny or something. Or, this is even better, watch videos that you like. I'm saying all this, I don't want you to think, well, Mary said to watch news, so I'll watch news. No, watch what you like. Because for me, it was YouTube all the way. I did not like novelas. No, actually I like them now. I can't lie. But I did not in high school and when I was really, really learning Spanish. But I watched Fernand Flu. He is a YouTuber, he's a gamer, and through his videos I was really able to get a lot of knowledge in Spanish that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So I say find something you enjoy, watch it, be consistent about it. And podcasts are great. That's another thing. If you're like, well, I'll just listen to podcasts, that's good, especially when you're not able to physically watch something when you're driving, whatever. And if you don't like music, podcasts. But I think it's important to have a visual element if you have that available, because seeing people formulate their words, seeing people talk will help your pronunciation. It helps your listening, but it also helps your pronunciation, because when you're having a conversation with somebody, you're not just listening. They're not speaking behind your ear or like into your ear. They are speaking face to face to you, and you're seeing them formulate words, and that helps you absorb the language more quickly because you're able to pronounce like them. You're able to see how they're speaking and imitate that. So that's going to help your pronunciation in the process. So please do that. So the last thing that I want to say, and I feel like this is something that not a lot of people are going to mention in videos like this, is memes. This is a simple thing that you can do, because if I'm going to be real with y'all, you may not watch videos in Spanish every day. You may turn off Teresa because you don't want to watch it anymore. You may stop listening to Bad Bunny because you have had no más of that music. But I think it's going to take a lot for you to unfollow a meme page. I'm going to say follow like 3 meme pages in Spanish. And try to pick things that you like whether it's a meme page solely to SpongeBob, which I follow stuff like that. Look up Bob Esponja memes. Or if you are interested in a certain country, find a meme page from that country. So for me, I follow several Mexican meme pages because I know a lot more about Mexican culture. I grew up around Mexican culture, and it's I think if you have 3 meme accounts at least, because I just don't know how frequently they'll post and how much they'll show up on your feed, but you have 3 meme accounts that you just filter into your normal Insta account. You're following them, it's on your Insta feed. You see those 3 accounts, it's a mini Spanish lesson right there. It's gonna be I didn't read today, so I should just do this. Yep, you should. So get on there, just get into that, flow, that grind, and just have some Spanish meme accounts on your feed. You see one, here, I'll pull up a meme right now. I had one ready. So this meme, let me try to get this to where it's not. And this says, cuando pausas un video para verificar si los ruidos que estás escuchando son del video o no. And obviously this is a Bob Esponja meme or SpongeBob meme. That basically means when you pause a video to verify if the sounds that you're listening to are from the video or not. So when you're home alone, to me this is funny, because when you're home alone, you hear a video and you're hearing something, but you're is this a video or not?
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
Not that funny, but you get the gist. It's a short little meme that took literally only a few seconds for me to translate, but that's getting you to use your Spanish in real time with stuff that can be funny. That wasn't that funny, but hey, there's other memes. But overall, I want you to get from this, hey, like you watch this video, I don't want you to say, hey, Mary said to do this, so I'm going to do this, 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 and this. No. I want you to do the things I said or some of the things I said, but do them with things that you like. So if you're talking about reading, find things that you like to read. If you hate books, read articles. If you hate books, read fan fictions, like I said. Like, read just something that you like. Do not just watch videos of boring news people if you don't like that. Watch reality TV shows if that's what you like. Watch telenovelas if that's what you like. You have to incorporate things that you like, or it's not going to be enjoyable. You're not going to be interested. And I find that one of the major reasons why people stop learning a language or don't end up getting to the level they want in a language is because they lose interest. They're not motivated. And if you don't have that motivation, you're never going to be fluent. So you have to get that motivation, you have to get that want to, and you have to just incorporate it little by little into your daily life. Because once you get past the point of like, I'm learning this in a class, because there's a point where you can't study the language in a classroom anymore. You got to do stuff on your own. You can't just say, I'm going to be fluent in something and never study outside of the classroom. That just doesn't happen usually, unless you're studying for years or really, really intensively, which not everybody has the ability to do. You have to do things outside, and these are some of the things that I feel really can get you to that next level. So please. Okay, well, I'm getting off my soapbox now. Hey y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Leave some comments down below if you have any other recommendations for things people should watch, things that you like. If you want more videos like this, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm not sure what it'll be, but be looking forward to it.